And welcome to Glowing Beauty with Jamie. Welcome back if you're one of my subscribers, and a great big hello to any of my new subscribers. Here I am again in my probably poor sound because nothing's insulated, ceiling's not put up yet. I hung a picture out of frame, probably not straight, and hung with a thumbtack, but I'm trying. It has been a big year, and it is the last day of 2023. Cheers to that. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have the same feelings about 2023. For me personally, it has not been the best year, but it is what it is. So let's get the ball rolling here. First off, I gotta say, I'm sorry, but I'm feeling like the makeup finally came together today. I found taking a very extended break from doing the full beat every day that a guy gets out of practice and things change. Me personally, my skin changed like 100%. I'm on some medications that make my skin very dry, makes me dry, like feel like I'm spitting cotton balls all the time. My skin will slough sometimes, so to try to figure out any more like combinations I used to use with, say, my Cover FX primer that I used to love. If I put that on my face now, no matter what foundation I put over top of it, it pills, and it's not pretty. One thing that has been a saving grace, I know there's been a lot of talk online about it, but I am an affiliate for Makeup Geek Academy. I have done now the touch up and the glow up, and phenomenal. Like, you get these live sessions with Marlena, and her laugh is my new favorite sound. I love her laugh. And I thought I had a pretty good grasp on makeup related things, and I've learned a lot. Actually, a surprising amount, and things that they make so much sense, but until you hear somebody say it, it's like, huh, that actually, that does make sense. So we're not going to discuss my hair. We're going to pretend that this doesn't exist. Part of my side effects of the medication is I'm also losing like tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of hair. I have a lovely big bald spot in the back, all this kind of stuff, right? And so I hadn't done anything to my hair. Like, if you look back at my other videos, I'll have pink hair, I'll have purple hair, whatever. And so I thought, oh my gosh, it's falling out. I'm just not going to do anything to it. So it went kind of drab and brown and white and lots of sparklers. And finally I hit that point where it was like, I don't feel cute at all. We got to go back to the old me. We got to find our way back. So we started with this. My darling husband, he helped me because I still can't, like, this is as high as I can raise this arm. So of course, trying to do something with your hair, yeah, I didn't even attempt it. So there he was with my lightener and trying his best, and we still missed some spots, but we'll fix it. It'll get there somehow. But until then, we're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. We're just gonna pretend it's a fabulous icy shade and not this trailer trash brass color that I got going on. But you know what? I'm owning it. I love it. It is what it is. On my face today, it has been so long since I've done these kind of videos, but what I found with my changing skin and age, everything, I did not use a primer today. I did my skincare. I have started double cleansing, which has helped phenomenally, especially being that my skin is so dry. So what I did is I went in with this Bobbi Brown. Oh, can I remember the beauty guru? Oh, I can't lift one arm. Oh, Bobbi Brown foundation, and this is in shade B86. Nope, sorry, it is in shade Beige 3. This does have an SPF, which is nice because another side effect of medication is I have to go out like I'm a vampire. If I get too much sun, what would be a normal sunburn will be like in degrees serious. I cannot do my usual get a one sunburn and it fades into a tan anymore. Tarte Shape Tape for my concealer. Now I set everything with an oldie but a goodie, Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Love this still. Order of things. Okay, so I did that. Then you know what? I didn't even use an eyeshadow primer. I used my Tarte Shape Tape. Then, little tip, and I learned this, so maybe I shouldn't even be giving out secret tips, but I now set my eyeshadow primer just with loose powder. And it goes on smoother, it blends easier, you can apply as much as you like, which is super nice, to make sure everything's really set. And if you're dealing with eyes like mine that are a little crepey, a little wrinkly, a little loose, this is a lot easier than trying to go in with a shadow, I found anyway. On my eyes, I have used a combination of some of this Inglot. I used this light shade here, I used this shade here, I used this for a pop of color underneath my eyes. This is what I used for my contour. This is my blush. I'm not going to go too hardcore into it. Then I also used something out of this Xeon Hip Dot palette, pressed pigment. So I used this dark brown here to darken up my crease, this kind of on my transition, and this on my outer corner. I used, of course, I'm still using this, guys, years later, Physicians Formula. This is my brown bronzer that I use. I used a name, I can never pronounce this, Guerlain eyeliner. I used Stila. These are the huge Extreme Lash mascara. But I use Great Lash. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a child of the 80s, and something keeps drawing me back to this, so I will keep using this. I use this one, and it's the Blackest Black. I use this for my bottom lashes, just because it's got such a fine, tiny little wand. So I used that. My highlighter is Rude Cosmetics Baked. This is in Extravagant. On my lips, I lined them with a Bite Beauty pencil that I'm not even, 032, is that the shade? And I went over it with a Pat McGrath Divine Nude Liquid Lipstick. And that's about it. So, being a beauty YouTuber of the world, let's discuss look back at the year, right? So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time. What makeup do you think I purchased this year? I'll give you a couple minutes while I organize everything. What do you think I purchased this year as a beauty YouTuber of the world? Because all the makeup that I purchased this year fits in front of me here. You ready? Okay. I bought 2 things. That's it. 2. I bought MAC Studio Fix, and this is in NC18. And I bought a perfume. I bought this Brazilian Crush, and I love this. That's it. That is what I bought this year. Woohoo! So all these beauty YouTubers that go on a low spend, no spend, whatever, I think I achieved it without even meaning to. So, and in all honesty, the only reason I bought this was I took a trip down to Houston, well, to Texas, made a few stops, and I overpacked going down with gifts and all that kind of stuff, and had to lighten what I could bring, and got down there and realized I don't even have a foundation. Like, I had a powder and it broke, so it was more of a purchase of necessity than anything. So there, we've covered all the beauty stuff that I feel needs to be. So let's move on to, what do you say? What should we do first? Should we do drama? Should we do what's happened in my life this year? I had to make notes, guys. I'm so out of practice with all of this. And I know every video I'm like, I'm gonna post more often, and then I disappear for a month. But life happens. We're at that busy stage. My boys have been keeping me busy. Like, they're in 4-H, soon to be, they're going to be in curling, basketball, all this stuff. Now add on top of that farm stuff, right? I have my chickens that are new this year that I love. They were supposed to stop, well, not stop, slow down on laying eggs come winter. And yeah, I'm still averaging 19 eggs a day. So if you follow me on Twitter, you see I do crazy things like make a ton of pasta because I need to use up these eggs. I've also been dehydrating eggs. That'll probably be something I'll talk about on my other channel, which will be linked below. If you're not subscribed over there, would love to have you. It's more of my homesteading, farming, life time of thing. But it's one of those things where when I dehydrate eggs, I dehydrate, say, 80 of them, and they'll fit in a pickle jar. So that's awesome. So, yeah, that's been my, let's see, what else has happened? My health sucks. Y'all pretty much know that. I mentioned that in the last video. I've got a frozen shoulder, got some other issues. Get to feel completely blah with my handicap placard and use a cane if I have to walk very far. It sucks. So we're going to hope that in 2024 that changes. I need that to change. What else happened? We had our dog, yeah, some idiot purposely hit her, ran away. That can be a whole other video, but that's been pretty sad and still bothers me. I miss having a dog around, and she was such a good dog, but yeah, that happened. We got chickens, of course. You've seen my chickens. You hear me talking about chickens. Thing one, he got his first deer this year for hunting season, which I did not realize I was going to be so emotional about. That was super big. We are getting ready to expand our farm. We did a whole bunch of fencing this year, so those will be videos that'll be on the second channel as well as we start to get all of our animals coming in. We're going to have pigs and sheep and all that kind of good stuff. And well, this last year too, I went back to work for a time. I worked for Canada Post for a while as a temp worker. So yeah, I was working at Canada Post as a temp worker. I loved the job, really. It was a good way, especially being somewhat new to town, right? You kind of got to know some people and everything, and you took a lot of flack. A lot of people don't realize how many rules and stuff there are when you work for the Postal Service, and I loved it. I loved the people I worked with, so that was fun. It didn't have a lot of hours, so then I went, and I won't name names, I went and I worked for a grain elevator, and I loved that job. I loved dealing with farmers. They were my kind of people. It was definitely a change from working oil and gas, what I used to. As I've mentioned maybe in previous videos, by trade, I'm a geologist, so definitely a change of occupation there. But wow, politics, wow. And I've kind of hit that age where I'm too old that I don't want to play those games anymore. Don't care to. It probably actually led to a lot of my health problems, the stress of it all. So I did quit. I gave up. Don't like to say I'm a quitter, but it was one of those where it's like, okay, I can keep doing this and run myself even more into the ground and miss out on all the stuff with my family, or I can just quit. And it was much better for my mental health and everything, so that was good there. So being that this is the last day of the year, cheers again. See, guys, some things never will change. Still drink enchiladas. Love them. Thoughts on what's happened this year as far as YouTube. I haven't been paying as close of attention as I used to, of course, because, you know, last 2 years, you know, being working and building a house and moving and everything like that, I'm not as into it as I once was. I'll probably get back into that a bit. I have some very strong feelings on a lot of the drama going on. Sorry, I had to take a quick break there. You know, technology. One of these days, I will figure out how to actually set my stuff up. Right now, okay, behind the scenes here. So I film on my Sony camera, it's listed below, onto a card that for some reason runs out of space. Sometimes it's one video, sometimes it's 20, you never know. Now it only also records like 20 minutes at a time, and then you've got to stop, you got to restart, all this stuff. So then I have to take that card onto my Mac, transfer it onto an external drive because my Mac has like no memory. Then I have to, how does that work? Oh yeah, and I can't just import it right into iMovie. I have to like drag it in, and then sometimes it works. Okay, so off on that tangent. That happened 2 more times to me, and finally I said, screw that, find a different card and keep going. Maybe it's a sign from the heavens saying I shouldn't even be talking about what I want to talk about. But we're gonna go some of the places. The drama that's been happening this year. Yeah, I got strong opinions on probably all of it that I know about anyway. Yeah. The problem with the drama that's been going on this year is it's not fun drama. Like, I remember back in the day when the drama was, oh my gosh, Jeffree Star moved up his palette release date to the day before Manny was going to release his palette, and now, like, it's sad drama. It's dark drama. It's so much of it just shouldn't. I don't want to say it shouldn't be online, because there's a time and a place for everything, right? James Charles drama, that should be online, in the sense of why people are so willing to forget that he admitted to a crime. Like, this is not just a, oh, we think he might, or oh, there's a rumor. No, he came on camera and with his full chest addressed his victims. He is a groomer. He's a predator. Well, let's take back groomer. He's a predator. Stuff like that, in my mind, that's not lighthearted drama. It's serious. I don't know how there aren't charges. I don't know how he is allowed to still have his platform. It's scary. Colleen Ballinger, that hits a whole different way for me as a mom. That is a case of grooming. The ukulele thing was just blatant disrespect. How? Like, that's my biggest thing for almost all the drama this year. Like, how are these people allowed to continue their platforms? There are terms of service for anybody who has a YouTube channel. There are certain things you can and can't do, can and can't say, all of that kind of thing. And yet, here she is, online, grooming, acting inappropriately with minors, everything else, and it's allowed. Nobody's doing anything. And it's frustrating to my core. These ones that are, I say a lot when I discuss serious things. I just realized that. Sorry. All these ones that are then promoting these people, supporting these people, shouting these people out in a positive light. In my opinion, and I know my opinions differ, there are people that have different opinions than me, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. If you are, how do I say this? Okay, let's put it into a personal perspective, right? Let's say I have a friend, and that friend is charged, or there's proof, hard proof, or he has discussed his victims, or there is video of this person being inappropriate with a minor. In what world would I condone that and continue being friends with that person? Like, in real life. Like, at that point, it's like, we don't have anything in common. Like, I don't care if our favorite color is blue and yours is blue, and that's great. You groom children. Or you have been inappropriate with minors. Or, like, in what realm would I want to be associated in any way to that? I don't I can't wrap my head around it. And as a mom especially, like, how in the world? I can't. There are people in real life that go to jail for less, yet for some reason these people have a following on YouTube. Now, granted, Colleen's, she had her Netflix, whatever, but why? Why are these people not held to the same standards that anybody else is? If anybody watching this video was doing the things that James Charles or Colleen Ballinger were doing, they would be in jail. So why? If somebody can explain to me why, and I get it, right? Oh, they're famous, blah, whatever. I don't care. I guess what I'm saying is, regardless of your status in life, punishment for crime should be the same. But, so you have James Charles, you have Colleen Ballinger, they're committing crimes and skating away with it and still putting up content on YouTube, regardless of what the terms of service say. And I think it's BS. 100% don't understand. And then you have what is being done to creators that just appalls and blows my mind, right? Like Peter Mon, who, like, I think I shouted him out in my first video. Like, he was one of the inspirations to even starting YouTube, right? And he even said that just in a video here, was it yesterday or day before? Like, all these people want to know, like, how do I start my channel? What do I got to do? And his advice, and I took it years ago, was just do it. Sit yourself in front of a window, do whatever you got to do, and just do it. And for that reason, like, I follow Peter. I adore Peter. I sent him a little, like, BU or Be Too Much, that's what it said, mug that I made him, cup that I made him. And I think he imparts such wisdom on a multitude of different levels. He offers advice. And then you have the Raw Beauty Christies of the world who are going to play it up like they're looking for advice and then just decide they're not going to do that. She's another one that she's the one protecting the predators, and she's a mom, and I don't know how she can do that. There would be a swiftness that if I found out somebody that I had been supporting or following or anything else was a predator, a swiftness that would be done. But Peter has had to deal with, like, it's not even drama either, such serious stuff. I believe I made videos about it, but he has been attacked on personal levels to a level I've never seen before. And that person involved in that one, he who shall not be named, although I might need to exfoliate my lips here at some point, but that was disgusting. And now he's got other stalkers. There's no nice way to say it. They're stalkers. And I know that, was it 2 years ago, that there was a certain channel making all these videos about him and knew where he was staying when he went to Vegas and all this gross stuff. Like, get a life. The harassment some creators go through, it all comes down to some people just need to, I hate the term touch grass, I think it's stupid, but they need to just take a time out, log off, figure out what's happening in your real world. You are so obsessed with people you are never going to meet that you are going to put in that much time and effort to know where they're going, what they're doing, who their vet is, who their doctor. Girl, who has the time, who has the wherewithal, who has the want or desire to even do that? Disgusting. Yeah, I think that's pretty clear how I feel about that. Disgusting. So much of the drama this year is. There's also some drama going on with some people online that I know personally, and it breaks my heart. It does. And I said it on Twitter. It breaks my heart. I don't really want to, I'm not going to go deep into that yet. I may have to at some point, but I find it sad that when friendships erode and break up and end, that's not just the end of it. Okay, so it's now January 1st, 2024. Woo, yay! I have recorded this part of this video a few times now. I got all rambly in one version, another version I got, upset or whatever. So, and then I was just gonna cut it, but I thought, no, I've got to, there's a way to say how I feel, right? And I think it's important that people know how I feel. And I waffled back and forth. So I thought, you know what? The best way to explain this whole drama, and it's not even drama, and to me it hurts because I know the players personally. I'm just going to tell you a story. So, back when I was in college, of course, you start college, I stayed in res, that's all fine. Then it got time to where it was like, I want to live off campus, get an apartment. So, apartments were expensive back then. I found a roommate, and I was lucky because this roommate had a similar background to me. I knew her before college, so on paper, should have been great, right? So you move in together, there's the honeymoon phase, everything is great, and then all of a sudden, stuff starts to happen, right? Somebody isn't as tidy as you would like, or somebody's having people over more than the other, and somebody's put out about that, or somebody's late on the rent, or late on the bills, or playing their music too loud, or locking the phone in their room. Like, yeah, I'm that old. We had a landline before cell phones. So, in this case, let's call her, sorry, mom stuff come up. And I just realized, like, sitting in this corner sucks. And I have absolutely no makeup on. I got chores to do, but I couldn't sleep last night thinking about this, right? So I have this roommate. We're gonna call her Sam. Let's call her Sam, okay? So things start to go sideways, right? For one reason or another, as it usually always does when one has a roommate, right? People grow apart, things change, maybe you got a job in a different part of town, whatever, right? So with this roommate, things went south enough where it was just like, no. Like, I am beyond done. I want nothing to do with this person, right? So I just said to this person, like, okay, like, feel free to leave. Like, obviously we're both unhappy. Feel free to leave. Like, I would love the notice that you're supposed to give when you rent an apartment, the 30 days, whatever, but you do you, right? Like, when things are that bad, like, why do I want to stay in a situation like that, right? So she ended up moving out. And I got another roommate for a time. So when she left, like, and things had gone bad, like, I could have cared less if I ever talked to that person again, right? It was like, struck that match, burnt that bridge. I was just done. I didn't feel the need to try to, like, when I got my new roommate, right? I didn't send that roommate off to harass her. I didn't tell the whole story. Like, I didn't sit there and tell the new roommate, like, oh my gosh, this girl, what was her name again? Sam. Oh, she stained the bath mats I got from my mom, or she used a stock pot but didn't like to wash dishes and she put it in the storage cupboard, and then you open the storage cupboard like a week later and there was no need. Why rehash all that, right? Like, I was done. I wanted it to be done, so I was just done. So I had friends at the time too that are, oh, well, we'll fix that. And it's like, why? I don't need somebody to fight my battles for me, right? Like, if I need to get my hands dirty and deal with something, I will deal with something, right? Like, I can't think of a time in my life that I have needed or wanted somebody to fight my battles for me. Like, that's just if I have the issue, I'm gonna deal with it, right? Now, I remember she had this, it was this odd but unique picture, right? And it had hung on the wall in our living room. And when she moved out, she didn't take that picture with her. Now, when she moved in, it was odd. Like, she didn't own a stick of furniture, nothing, but she had this picture. So cool. So that picture hung. Well, here about 2-3 months after the fact, this is after, like, my bridge is burnt, I've moved on. I don't think about that person, because why am I going to let that person take up space in my brain? Like, that's just done and over with, right? Out of the blue, there's a knock on the door. She wants her picture back. So I could have said, screw you, you left it. Or what I did do was, it's like, I want nothing to do with this person. Why do I want to draw out anything to have to do with this person? So I promptly walked to the living room, took it off the wall, and I handed it back to her and was like, have a nice day. Done. Done. Nobody had to get friends, against ex-roommates, against whatever. The mature and logical way to handle that was just, if you want ties cut, cut the ties, be done. Don't involve other people. Don't pull people in. And we had mutual friends. I never once felt the need to have to try to talk to these mutual friends and be like, oh my gosh, Sam was so bad. Sam was so dirty. Like, no. If they wanted to hang out with me, they were going to hang out with me. If they wanted to, like, there was never in my mind a reason to have to do that. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel that you need to sway or lie or whatever to get people to be on your side's not the one to be on. If you just handle things maturely, honestly, with dignity, with a self-respect even, there should be no need at all for any of that. So it's tough, right? Like, people that are involved in things, you like them for different reasons, and then sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes it's just, you know what? I know how I would deal with things personally, and I just got to go with my heart, and I got to go with my gut, and like, and it's funny that it came to me at probably like 4 o'clock this morning, this old roommate, right? Like, I had run into her after that, of course. Like, granted, yeah, it was a big city we were living in, but like I said, we had mutual friends. You're still able to be civil. Like, there doesn't have to be this, you are best buds joined at the hip, or this, I hate you and detest you and will shank you in the night. You know what I mean? Like, there can be that middle ground of, okay, I'm going to this, I think it was a New Year's party, actually. Oh my gosh, I remember the bar. Sorry. Anyway, and I knew she was going to be there, but I'm not going to let that dictate whether I get to go spend time with my friends. I went. We saw each other. It was a civil, hey, how's it going? Leave it at that. Go. Everybody then was able to just move on with their lives. Be happy. Be free. And that. So whether that, it's hard. Like, that's all you know what? That's all I'll say on it all, is that it's tough, right? Nobody wants to be put in the middle. Nobody wants to feel like that child of divorced parents. Nobody wants to feel like you have to be bought off, or like, it's all petty. It's all bullshit. It's all just immature. I am so much a scorched earth. Just be done. If you want to be done, be done. And if you have to keep doing things, calling people, whatever, then you're not done. Why are you not done? It goes back to what I said earlier. Look at, why are you doing it? Like, why? What are you doing and why? Why are you calling people, and what is the purpose? So I think that's all I'm going to say on this. So I apologize. I know I'd hoped to have this video out yesterday, and now I'm gonna have to edit this. And you know me, I'm old, technology, whatever. So I'm gonna leave it on that. I'm gonna wish everybody a fabulous 2024. For me personally, it's like it can't get much worse, so it's got to be better, right? And we're gonna have some more upbeat, fun. I'm gonna get better at the beauty guru thing. I realized I was sitting down editing the stuff that I had shot yesterday, and it's like, yeah, so I used like this color and this color and this color and like I never even said like, oh, it's this warm shade called Vibration on the bottom that I used in my crease, or Whisper, or Surreal. Like, I'm out of practice, y'all. When I just point at a palette, it's like, yeah, something in here is what I used. I'll get better at it. But I think there's lessons to be learned no matter what the drama is that we look at throughout the year. Be better people. I think, it's like, and it doesn't even mean that you were bad to begin with. Everybody can grow. Everybody can learn. Just, God, kumbaya, hug it out, figure it out. Be mature. There's too much of this childish stuff going on in different ways. So, if you're seeing this, thank you for sticking in. And you know what? Maybe I'll end up having to make another video on it. I just feel that coming for some reason. But, love you all. Thanks for sticking with me. I so appreciate and love all the support I get and the messages I get from you guys and stuff. So, that person has showed who they are. And do I want them in my circle? I don't. So why? It's like, wall is up, done, cut, over. Now, maybe it's, oh, you're not addressing. I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. That's the way. Just, if you're done, you're done. Be done. That should be my new, if you're done, I'm done. Be done. That should be my new phrase. Anyway. It's sad. That's how I'm going to leave that. It's sad. It's disappointing. It's all sorts of, could have been handled differently. So, on that note, I think this was supposed to just be a really quick, short, like 10-minute Happy New Year soon video, which led out into tangents. Maybe this is what my videos need to be now. Maybe I need to find a comfier place to sit and just rant about what is going on in the world, what is going on online, and give advice like Peter does on how to handle things like a sane, mature, responsible person. Like, sometimes you just, some people, it's like they just need a shake. Like, what are you doing and why? Ask yourself that for everything you're doing. What are you doing and why? Like, James Charles, what are you doing? You're contacting minors. Why? Is there a problem there? Maybe you need to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? So, anyway, enough drama, enough drawing it on. To summarize, I like bought no makeup this year. Woot woot. That's got to change because some of my stuff is expiring or expired, and bad beauty YouTuber. I've got to rectify that. I did do a whole purge. We're going to continue that purging. I am a Makeup Geek Academy affiliate. I have a code. I will link it below if I can even find it. I'm old. Technology don't work with me, right? Like, I'm sure I'll have some people message me like, oh my god, girl, what are you doing? Why are you putting your videos on a card, then on an external drive? There will be a simpler way. I imagine there's probably a way I can just plug right into my laptop. Would be fabulous. But I'm going to link that code below. I think going forward, any other code that I have, I might just kind of scrap that. I am going to focus on certain things, certain companies. I have always 100% supported Marlena. I have supported Makeup Geek. I believe she is an amazing person, an amazing company, and I'm going to put I'm going with that. So I'll have my code below for that. Any other codes I ever get, I will disclose appropriately. Don't come for me, Peter Mon. I will. And we'll go from there. I hope that it's going to be a better 2024. I hope you all have a wonderful 2024. I hope good things come to everyone. Ever since, you know, the whole corona things have been tough. Things have changed. It's hard to get back into normal. So that's what I hope for 2024. A happy, healthy, normal year. So until next time, guys, I love you all so much. Don't forget to do all the YouTube-y things. Like, subscribe, share if you feel so inclined. Comment down below. What do you want to hear from me? What do you want to see from me? Check out my second channel. Is there stuff over there that you want to see? Do you want to see how I dehydrate eggs or make pasta? Whatever that is. Are there things you need or want reviewed day to day? Thoughts on things, drama, whatever it is. Let me know below. If you made it to this point, let's see, why don't you actually comment the pink heart. That's the emoji I use the most. Comment that down below. And I'm going to try to get this more frequent. And so then they're not so rambly and 18 million topics all in one. So again, love you guys so much. Like, subscribe, share if you're so inclined. And until next time, bye.